Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome to another Quest stream. We're doing Space Quest 4 this time. Let me know how my levels are in the chat. I haven't touched them since last time, so it should be cool. Space Quest games tend to have a good kind of recap of the situation, so I'll let the intro tell you what you need to know. Although chances are, if you're watching a Space Quest stream, you're probably familiar with Space Quest. Let's be honest. Sabert and Alan doing solid work.
We rejoin our friend and semi-hero Roger Wilco as he rockets back toward his home planet Xenon, which he hasn't seen since Space Quest 2. Having successfully rescued those two ingrates from Andromeda, he decides a pit stop on Magmetheus is in order.
What a voice. Beautiful.
During the descent to this cosmic canteen, he is unaware of the interest that has been generated regarding his fate.
We have confirmation of his position, Master.
Off to Magmetheus with you then. It is time for Wilco to meet the fate which I have crafted for him.
As our story begins, we find the aluminum mallard parked outside a seedy spaceport bar. We join Roger as he relates one of his greatly exaggerated tales of adventure. The aliens are only too happy to listen, as long as Roger is by.
See, there was this deadly root monster, a ferocious swamp creature, and a Labion terror beast to contend with. Then I had to outsmart another of Bohal's gorillas and steal the shell.
Are you Roger Wilco?
Yeah.
Please come with me.
Hello, Roger Wilco. Surprised to see an old friend? You have no idea how special this moment is for me. This is no chance encounter, I can assure you. I have this one loose end to tie up before I begin my reign as the supreme being of all that exists. I do not like to lose. You are a blemish on what would otherwise be a perfect record of domination, terror, and disability. Besides, I'm still a bit miffed about that asteroid, Space Quest 2. Anyway, to relieve the pain of my humiliation and prevent you from being a pain in my future, you must die. It's been nice seeing you one last time. Then, do the dirty deed.
You go left and split them up. Mr. Wilco, follow me and do exactly as I say. Let's move!
It's a full Muppet voice.
Hey, I want to know what the...
Listen, I can't explain it all to you now. They've got a beat on our coordinates. We've got to move fast.
Okay, Kermit.
We gotta do this fast. Shield your eyes! Jump into the time rip! Do it now! You've got to! If I take the time to explain, we're both parking lot pizza. You'll understand soon.
I forgot that they start getting full-on voice acting. It's for a Sierra game, they put a decent amount of effort into it.
Now where am I? You wonder aloud to non-existent auditory organs. This place sure looks homely.
Hey,
Hey, wait, this looks just like Xenon. It is Xenon. It's really a Pio. Along with the changes induced by an armed conflict, the city looks different, more modern, with a heavy dash of post-disaster seasoning. Casually glancing at the status line, you happen to notice that you're in Space Quest 12. What's happened? Who was that guy with the overdeveloped hairdryer? Why did you let yourself be talked into jumping into some strange shimmering hole? Why are you talking to yourself? These incredibly intriguing questions will quickly be forgotten, with barely an electron stirred in that well-armored orb atop your shoulders.
Okay. There we go. That's how I like it.
You are in the southern area of a rare clearing in this destroyed cityscape. Your home, as you remember it, does not exist in this period of time. A huge boil of a structure clogs the horizon.
I do think just in terms of writing and humor, this series is really good.
You take the small, frayed, useless-looking length of rope.
Because they really could have done a kind of very straightforward space adventure thing. You can really imagine a kind of incredibly earnest sort of, oh, you're a space cadet kind of thing, but I'm glad they didn't do that. Ah, shit.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pet load.
Okay, I have just one question. What the fuck does that mean?
Are you sure you want to restart?
Alright. There we go. Yeah.
You take the small...
I may have to, yeah, I may have to try doing... Ah! I didn't press... thing that time. But yeah, I may have to play the Leisure Suit
We're
Larry
glad
series
you could
on
play
stream.
Space Quest 4. As usual,
Yeah,
you've been a
sometimes
real
like
pet
this.
load.
Are you sure?
I think there's one Leisure Suit Larry that I can't play on Twitch, but the others I can, which is going to be... Oh yeah, totally.
You take the small... Don't you feel dumb standing out in plain sight while trying to...
Okay. Maybe here. Whoop. Yeah, I only played like Doom and Quake, that kind of thing when I was a kid, which feels more appropriate because it's just straightforward shooting aliens. That sounds like the one, yeah.
There are some finely honed reactions you've got there.
Okay. For it.
That was without a doubt one of the finest examples of bunny snatching I've ever seen.
Okay, yeah, I
The
did play
stress placed
Junior
on the
Go.
rope during the bunny snatching was too much. You cast the useless fibers aside.
That was a formative experience. But you know, you had problems if you decided to kill the captive alien women, so it taught you to respect women because it helps with your objectives.
You extract the power pellet from the back of the bunny's polyplastoid torso.
Ooh.
Keep your hands. You can't. After taking a quick look around to reassure yourself that the place is as dead as it looks,
Yeah.
you snitch the Pocket Pal laptop.
It's
You can't do that.
a really important lesson.
Keep your hand.
Alright then.
You plug the multi cylinder into the laptop.
All the time. I played Fate of Atlantis so much. After I'm done with the Sierra games and with StairQuest, what I'm probably gonna do is do a big LucasArts series. But I guess the main question with Fate of Atlantis is which path do I do? So I don't think anyone would want me to stream that 3 times. Yeah, the box art is really lovely, and the aesthetic is so
Have
good.
the unstable ordnance. Remember, it was your idea. Good luck. A piece of a
You know, I'm just gonna.
very wise choice. Carefully placing the unstable ordnance back inside the tank, you decide some things are better left alone.
I think that the dig is basically the closest that LucasArts ever got to doing something like Myst. So the puzzles were way more abstract. Oh come on, that wasn't fair.
You would
Yeah, I remember that was started off as one of those like amazing stories things. Then you went, oh, you want it? Oh, come the fuck on. Don't need to see this guy's Donald Sutherland impression. At least not more than twice. There we go.
pick. Okay,
Doing this for the points.
a very
there. Yeah, I saw.
Distance, the skeletal remains
saw
of once
reviews of
proud
that,
structures
and-
jut weakly into the chemical-laden atmosphere.
It sounded interesting.
The
That was
rubble
the
is
one with the kind of like King's Quest 7 sort of graphics, I think, wasn't it? Alright. 25.
a featureless, dirty white structure.
Oh yeah, Grim Fandango is just amazing. I streamed it not long ago, but I'm always happy to play it.
You take the jar into custody. Ah, a button. Perhaps I'll give it a press.
Data entry 22795. This message is to whomever may be so fortunate to find it. I am Professor Lloyd, the lead designer of the Xenon supercomputer project, the ultimate in artificial intelligence. The computer was designed to enhance our lives, but instead ended up being the ruin of us all. We made the mistake of tying it into the most important facets of our existence here on Xenon, including our weather control and defense systems. It seemed like a sound idea at the time, and all proceeded well for about 3 years.
Yeah.
It was around then that
I've
a
learned
deep
that
space
gone
salvage
through,
operation recovered what appeared to be
abandonware
some sort of
sites. There's a whole
antiquated
lot of
data
shit.
storage unit contained in a flimsy cardboard box on which the words Leisure Suit Larry were imprinted. On its back was the picture of a not particularly wholesome gentleman, but that's another story. My counterparts exhibited shameful behavior as they tore open the box to get at its contents. I could not understand the commotion it generated. The data was uploaded into the supercomputer for analysis. As a result, a crippling virus spread through the machine like a bad social disease. All control of the computer was lost. All screens went blank. Then these words were displayed by the monitors and uttered by the vocal outputs. Wilco
Yeah,
must
this
pay.
this is amazing.
From that day forth, the possessed computer waged war on the inhabitants of Xenon, using our own weapons against us. Some managed to escape to other planets. Those of us who remained stayed to fight the machines and robots under its control. It was a bloody war. Those of us that were not killed were taken captive and modified. These cyborgs infiltrated the loyal ranks of resistance, rooting out almost all of our hiding places and exposing us to the mechanical menace. Some of these poor souls still wander the streets. As of this recording, we are down to only a handful of rebels. My health is deteriorating rapidly. To make matters worse, I've just learned that the computer has unraveled the mysteries of time travel. I've sent my 2 best men to attempt to steal this new technology. If you are not a machine, then perhaps they were successful. Please realize, you are Xenon's last hope.
No pressure. Wow. 45. There we go. Juggling with 2 keyboards is always fun.
You can't do that. Oh, no! The door has shut, and there's no way back. What are you going to do now?
Keep going. probably not fun slime. I don't want to take it.
It would serve.
Come on. Give me that good space juice.
Nothing.
I want to go.
Nothing. You can't use that. Okay. You scoop up the slimy secretion.
There we go. No. There we go.
Your pop. This seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear compartment. Wonder how cramped it gets in there when the gear is stowed.
Looks a bit like a shocked face.
I've just completed a scan of the Labion sector of Space Quest 2. No sign of presence at this time.
these down. Doodle-doo. That other thing is bar chair with dot. All right.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again. The powerful quad quark time and space and
There we go. Okay. Lovely. Oh, hello. Welcome to me. Hopefully,
don't mess with it.
working out how not to die too much in Space Quest 4. Or rather, Space Quest 10. Latex Babes of Estros. Alright. Let's see.
You extract the You
Haven't
can't.
done that yet.
You plug the mobile power cylinder.
Whoa! What was that?
Mm. Really good shadow work.
You get the feeling you're not alone here. We're glad you could play Space Quest
Yay.
4. As usual, you've been a real pet load.
And that is a cumulative death count for this series, and not just me being incredibly bad at Space Quest 4.
Keep your... You plug the...
Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa.
You...
Alright. Do.
The water here is quite deep. Oh, don't mess with it. You'd better not. Something might answer.
This guy has a great voice.
You talked... It's probably the most nauseating thing to smell in the whole family of smells.
Well, you give me
It would serve no purpose.
a way to smell things. I'm going to use it.
Ah, the aroma of several adventure games emanates from your person.
I don't like it. It's scary.
I'll bet you wish you could. It tastes like nothing you'd ever want to put your tongue on again. It would serve no purpose.
Here we go. I believe I'm supposed to be grabbed at some point, but don't know exactly what sets that off. I guess we'll never know.
As you look around at the towering rocks, immense formations carved over millions of years, you can't help but be overwhelmed by a sense of your own insignificance.
Cool.
It's you, Roger Wilco, Space Guy.
You can really tell that they got a pro in for the narration. Everybody else is super like fuzzy recordings, and this guy is just putting out gold. Oh.
Meanwhile, on another part of the planet, oh no, the sequel police.
Let's split up. I'll check out Wilco's time pod.
Yeah, Wilco's around here somewhere. I'll search the vicinity. This is Buford. You there, Delphoid? I found Wilco. Repeat, I found Wilco.
Bye-bye. Come on. Ah, shit. What happened there? Well, have to add a death because that was definitely coming.
The shale-like shelves provide a stairway to the unknown.
I love a stairway to the unknown.
You plug the...
Yep. Both. There we go. Donk. Okay. So I can go down that way. That's good to know.
Whoa! What was that?
This is the second quest game I've played that features being taken to
Hey,
a
those
nest.
Talon things hurt. You didn't much care for the landing either. My. Rather than the sequel policeman penetrating the inner sanctum of the nest, the reverse obviously occurred.
Ho, ho, ho.
You frisk the skewered sequel policeman and turn up a paper-wrapped wad of used chewing gum.
Good-o. And it's this bit.
You've got a lot of nerve coming back here, Roger Wilco. After leaving me the way you did, you male scum. This is the last woman you will ever dump on. Right, girl?
Right.
Said you couldn't be tied down.
I said that?
You said you had to be free to roam the galaxy.
Was that me?
You'll be sorrier than you look. We'll see to that.
Yeah.
Into the sub, fly boy.
Good golly. Right. Into the sub I go. I won't be going into the dome.
You hope these women soon realize that they must have the wrong guy.
It's
This
the
is Zandra.
humor of a
We are
type.
approaching checkpoint 6. Prepare to open the tunnel door. Activate the door.
That was the least dramatic reading. Right. Let's see.
Sit down.
Comfy, Mr. Wilco?
This image is.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Let me go, witch.
Shut up. Your whimpering sickens me. I'll teach you not to run out on
This
me.
feels.
Thorine is quite
need to
knowledgeable in the
say
ways
it.
of torture.
I don't need to say it.
I'll let the two of you get acquainted. Thorine, do your stuff.
With pleasure, Zandra.
Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Epirip 357, the most powerful hand-hair remover in the universe, and it's capable of shaving your legs clean off. I've always wanted to see a man shave with one of these, but I guess you'll do. Now you'll know the meaning of the word pain. See its lung! Run, girls!
Keep your hands to yourself. Don't mess with it. Don't. Desperately, you try to push the button, but the restraints are just too tight. Keep your.
What?
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pet load.
Store. Okay.
Whoa!
It may take me longer than some of the others. I mean, the later ones are more complex anyway, but. Seems to be some reaction stuff.
You are. Don't. Keep your. Don't. Keep your.
Okay. Just plop down.
Hey, those. You frisked the.
There we go. Poggers indeed. Poggers for all.
You've got after his
I was
you in.
There we go. Yeah. I'm afraid we have no choice but to deal with the latex babes of Estros. Again.
What have I stepped into this time? You hope these women soon realize that they must have the wrong guy. What have I stepped into this time? You think to yourself, as the latex babe.
This is Zandra. We are approaching checkpoint 6. Prepare to open the tunnel door.
And
Activate the door.
I don't know why that line reading gets me, it just does. Come on. Okay. Now, I can't wait for Space Quest 6, in which we learn that Roger Wilco is a sacred role that's been passed
Sit
down
down.
since the time of Jesus.
Comfy, Mr. Wilco?
Hey, what are you doing? Let's.
Let me. This is EpiRip 3. I've all now.
Okay. More. That may or may not have been a reference to another Sierra game series of varying quality.
You can't do that. Desperately you try. Don't. Desperately. Desperately.
There we go.
Our
hero!
This is gonna get bad.
Wasn't he great, girl? Well, Raj, I guess we can call it even. Thank you for ridding our fortress of that slimy, awful sea slug. I know I can't blame you for backing out at the last minute. I guess I was a little overbearing. Sorry. Can we still be good friends?
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's talk about this.
No, Roger. You were right. You don't need to spare my feelings. It just wasn't meant to be. It's better this way. Well, girls, I feel like celebrating. Let's go shopping.
Meanwhile, back in Space Quest 12.
Oh, milady. Oh boy.
Well, what have we here?
This is the rebel scum we captured in the Space Quest 4 time sector. He had just aided Wilco in escaping. The readout on his time gun indicates that Wilco was successfully transported into this time sector as you feared.
That is no longer a concern. Wilco will surrender to us once he has learned we have captured his son. Then he will be destroyed once and for all.
God, the crackles on the recordings, it just give me so much pain. Like, I know they didn't have all the resources in the world and stuff, but come on. Come on!
Keep your hand. You pick up the ATM card.
96. What's the maximum? 315. Okay. Whee. Beautiful. Okay.
Sorry, but the crowd completely cleaned out my stock of Sierra software. The only thing that's left is boring home and business
Sierra.
application software, along with a few inferior games. But
Yeah,
feel
you
free
just
to look
spotted
around
me.
anyway. Have you seen the newest time travel simulator?
The hell happened?
Neither have
now?
I. I'm sure we're getting some in soon.
Okay. I just apparently scratched my arm on something, but I did not notice, so it can't have been that bad.
Oh, an Autobox teller machine. Your arms won't. You play with a button. You obviously don't resemble a blonde woman. What a surprise.
Oh boy. I like this as a location, even if I didn't like the old ladies let's go shopping of it all.
Me, sir. You appear to be in dire need of my services.
Fashion robot?
I'm sorry, I lost my boots and the legs of my pants in a deadly fight with a giant sea slug, which I won in the nick of time with my clever thinking and my, cleverness.
Yeah, this is one of the best
Well,
series, I think.
all right. Let me get your measurements.
Like, Gaming Knight's probably top tier because the
We've
first
got
two are great.
just the thing for the likes of
Then you
you.
got King's Quest, Space Quest, very
Soon
close.
you will be wanting something in the generic Space Hero line.
Space Hero.
For you, try them on in the dressing room here if you wish.
You change your clothes, not forgetting the items in your pocket. You never know when you'll need them. You step out looking good as new.
That will be a 20 buckasides, please.
Aha. Don't.
Thank you so much for shopping with us, sir. Do come back soon.
Welcome to the Capitalism Travel.
Yeah.
I'd like,
We're out of it. We're out of everything, including employees.
Okay. Shibba-dabba.
Would you like to apply for a job? You would, huh? Well, this is the greatest opportunity you've ever had, kid. Benefits up the wazoo, and if you stick with me half an hour or so, I'll make you my assistant manager. Now, how would you like that?
Gee, thanks.
Yeah, that was a quality gag.
Warning, the following sequence contains explicit arcade action and is not recommended for die-hard adventure players, the arcade squeamish, or those with poor to non-existent motor skills.
Gotta go for it.
This is so easy, a human could probably do it. Burger comes out of the oven. Drop on your lettuce, your pickle, squeeze on your mayo, squirt on your mustard, on goes your ketchup, top it off with your sesame seed bun. You make 'em my way, and if you mess up enough times, you're out of here. Got it? If you need to know how to run the assembly line, read the sign. Just click it with the mouse or press off. You can't do that.
Okay. I'm gonna just restore that because...
Would you like to apply?
Yeah, I'm just gonna... just pop it back to a reasonable speed.
Yeah.
I'd like.
Where? Would you like? You would, huh?
Gee, that.
Warning, the following sequence contains explicit arcade action and is not recommended for die-hard adventure players, the arcade squeamish, or those with poor to non-existent motor skills.
Where did the pencil go? Ah, there did the pencil go.
This is so easy, a human could probably do it. Burger comes out of the oven. Drop on your lettuce, your pickle, squeeze on your mayo, squirt on your mustard, on goes your ketchup, top it off with your sesame seed bun. You make 'em my way, and if you mess up enough times, you're out of here. Got it? If you need to know... Don't...
There we go. I have to get to at least...
You can't do...
26 apparently.
You can't do...
Wish me luck.
Don't... You can't do that.
There we go. Doop de doop.
Don't... You can't do that. Don't...
Okay. Piss.
Keep your... You can't...
Ah.
Keep your... You can't... You can't do... Don't mess. You can't do...
Piss. Going to 10 now at least.
Keep your hand... Don't...
So close.
You're fired! My janitor could do a better job than you could.
Well, I tried.
Yeah?
I'd like.
Oh. Would you like to? You would, huh?
Gee.
Warning, the following sequence contains... Oh, by the way, you're about to be fired.
Great.
You're fired! You retrieve the...
Cool.
Hiya, hun. I'm Maybot, fashion consultant to the Cosmos. What can we, do with you today? Oh, let me guess. You want something for someone very special. Someone who died to get the latest in high galactic fashion. Are we right? Or are we right?
We're right.
Okay. What size does she take?
Ooh, 38.
Oh, I don't think we're right about that.
I'm not sure, but she's built about like me.
Is she? A likely story. Good thing for you, I can keep a secret, sweetie. I'm sure this will suit that special someone's needs. It's all the rage. I suppose you'll want to try it on now. Here, use this dressing room. And honey, if your special someone needs a wig, this one should look pretty good on you.
I feel like this is very supportive of this fashion robot.
Very lovely, honey. It's made for you. Would you like us to wrap it up? Or would that special someone prefer you to wear it home?
I think I'll wear it home.
Just what we thought. That will be 60 buckazoids, sicko.
I take back what I said there.
Appreciate it, hun.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
Okay. Now that we're doubtfiring on all cylinders, I'm going to use that card.
It would serve.
Needs must.
As you change your clothes, you think to yourself that even in drag, you still have incredible animal magnetism. Or is that just a lack of deodorant?
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
All right then.
Sorry, but if you're...
A bargain bin. It's here at last. With a combination of SAI, Simulated Artificial Intelligence, and VRAI, Virtually Real Artificial Intelligence, we at Max This Software have created a simulated simulator experience that's unlike anything you've ever simulated playing before. Following closely on the heels of his hit Tic-Tac-Toe construction set, Phil... It's the newest in the wacky Jaime Lipschitz series. Jaime, son of a wealthy New York furrier, has gone wild with Dad's frequent flyer vouchers again. Can you track Jaime down and bring him home to meet the girl Mom's picked out for him? Hold on to your yarmulke. Yes, Jaime Lipschitz strikes again.
I'm good.
From the folks who brought you Astro Chicken. When it comes to stimulating chickens, Chuck Egger is the expert. Presenting the latest in the award-winning King's Quest series from the still active mind of aging Roberta Williams III, latest in the award-winning Roberta Williams series. What happens when Old Man Graham and his family are kicked out of Daventry Condo Association? You'll meet the fabulous Bernoulli brothers, Professor C.D. Romberg. You don't have? The latest bomb. The two guys from Andromeda's latest sci-fi comedy, Space Quest 4, will give you hours of frustration unless you have this hint book.
I see you've made a selection from our box of slop, or bargain bin.
Lovely.
Thank you.
An SQ.
Let's have a look at the hint book.
Nothing happened. You can't. Nothing. Nothing. You can't. Oh, great. Only half the answer showed. It must be a defective hint module.
Okay.
It would. You can't. It would.
Okay. 6, 9, 6, 5, 8, 4, 7, 6, 6, 9.
These symbols.
Cool.
Touching anything. Hey, keep.
Wilco.
Uh-oh.
Smoking is bad for your health.
Bonk. Nope. Goodbye.
Zero G skating might be perfect for you, since you've got a 0 IQ.
That did not go well. Let's draw time.
Hello, next stream. Tis I, the interrupter.
It is, I believe, time to skedaddle, but very carefully.
Well, maybe. It's worth a try.
Yeah, again, not well.
Zap, zap, you're dead.
Okay. Okay, getting closer.
Hint, hitting a moving target is more difficult. Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Hint, hitting a moving target is more difficult than hitting. Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Well, maybe. It's worth a try.
Come on.
Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Well, maybe. It's worth a try.
There we go. Okay. Let's just note this down. these things. Okay, that's the one. One, two. Three. Four. Five. Six.
The powerful quad time and nothing happens. You're already there, Roger.
Oh yeah. Ended up putting the wrong one. Okay. Mine's thingy. That thing. Face. I'm being very scientific in my approach here, I think. Ding. Ding.
The powerful quad time and space and...
There we go. Turbulent splats.
The old bar is still here. The smell of Coronian ale stinks up the place. The aroma leads you to remember vividly your previous visit here. You break out in a cold sweat. Your attempt to get the matches failed.
Well, looky here. If it ain't Mr. Look at Me, I'm in VGA. What's the matter? Monochrome not good enough for you? What's this? 256 colors all for one little bitmap whip? What a waste of VGA. Hey, fellas, I bet I can toss them all the way out from the bottom of the stairs. Bitch and ale.
Noticing some similar sounds to the old Space Quest driving
Boy,
music.
that was close. Hey, how come their bike can go through the force field?
You pick up.
Hello, not the Blues Brothers.
You can. You hear a high. Nice reflexes. Life is pounded loose from your body. Now this is a pain that'll linger. All the Bengay in Florida won't relieve this stiffness. You can't. You pick up the book.
Alright,
Nothing.
now we're getting somewhere.
You hear up. Oh, that was close.
Okay. Xenon. Warrior Princess. That won't be it. Yeah, that looks like it. That thing. That, the face. That. Sure.
The powerful time and
Lovely.
well, there's not much left of the lock now.
Lovely.
You can't use. Don't. You slide the conveniently pre-moistened stogie between your lips. You cast the old stogie to the ground.
Good. Okay.
Don't. You can't. You can't reach it from this level. You can't. This maze of cable. You hear an electronic. This maze of slot A. Insert terminal plug here. Now you knew he was coming, didn't
I
you?
got lazy there.
Slot A.
Okay. Right. Yep. Cons. Thing.
The powerful and
Probably. Okay. Come on. There we go. Ooh.
this model is programmed to enter.
Poe components. Dodec. CD. Pocket Pal portable terminal. Say, is that a complete workstation in your pocket or are... Pocket Pal connector. If you're a proud owner of our ever-popular Pocket Pal portable terminal, you have no doubt noticed that without the proper connector, it is virtually useless. Fortunately, at this moment, our exclusive Pocket Pal connector is on...
Okay.
You attack the plug to...
Okay. Xenon again. That's it. Nope. That's done. Then that. Face. That's the way. Jesus. Come on. Okay. Yep. Face. Mouth. Go right.
The power of time and
There we go. Okay.
keep your hands to yourself. You hear an electronic hop. You hear an electronic.
All right. So, 227.
You hear an You hear. You hear it.
Bye-bye. Presumably it won't follow me through here.
You hear. You hear an You hear an This maze of. You hear an. You hear an electronic hum approaching from your left.
Bye.
Now you...
Oh, bye to me.
You hear... Now you knew he was coming. Did... You hear... You hear... Now you knew he was coming. You hear an... Now you knew he was coming. You hear... You hear... Now you knew he was coming. You hear it. You hear... You hear an electronic...
Come on.
Now you knew he was coming.
This is
You hear an...
unfun.
Now you knew he was coming. You hear an... This maze of... You hear an elect...
Okay.
You hear an... You hear an... It's Roger Jr. The word laser came to mind after each of the first 6 shots, but only after the 7th blast were you convinced. You hear? You hear? You hear? Now you knew he was coming.
I probably said in front of you. And I skipped it.
You hear? You hear an electronic hum. Now you knew he was coming, didn't you?
All right. There we go. Gotta save it here. So I don't get that same nonsense.
You hear an electronic hum approaching from your left. You hear an... Now you knew he was coming, didn't you? You hear a... You can't... It would serve. You hear an You hear an You hear an The pocket. Don't mess with it. You hear an Now you knew he was coming. You hear...
Let's see what this gets us.
Now you knew he was coming. You... You can't use. You can't use. You can't.
Ah.
It's the. Now you knew he was coming. You hear it.
All right.
You hear an electronic hum. Now you knew he was coming.
This is the worst.
You hear an You hear an electronic.
To draw you out.
You hear an You hear an You hear an electron.
Come on.
Now you knew he was coming. You hear an You hear an
Okay.
You hear an You can't.
Yep, come on. Take a good look, etc. Very sad. Okay.
You hear an Don't.
Yeah.
You hear an You can't do that. Don't.
Okay. Finally starting to get a feel for how things work around here. Better late than never. 7.
It's either an electronic eye or a light bulb. You can't.
Alright, time to look at the code. I saved it earlier.
The chamber's interior. The chambers. You can't do. You can't. The chamber's interior is. The chamber. Keep your hat. You can't. Keep your hat. Don't. Looks rather like a security droid of some sort.
Good. I really should not have done that, but at the same time, that was pretty good. Okay.
Keep your hat.
That's a lot of gigabytes.
You're far. It's very. You can't do. Don't. You can't. Keep your hat. You can't.
There we go.
Hello again, Roger. It's me, your old friend, Sludge Volhall. I've taken the liberty of borrowing your son's body. I had to remove him first to make room for my mental self. His is on this disc. Say, it's most enjoyable to be in a young, healthy body, even if it's from your bloodline. In fact, I like it so much, I think I'll keep it. I guess we'll have no use for this anymore.
Okay.
Now it's time to settle things, once and for all. You'd better be careful, though. Keep this in mind. If I die while in this body, that disc will be useless. Your son will never draw another breath. And if you don't defend yourself, you will never live to buff another helmet. Come on, show me what you've got, Bob Jockey. Is that the faster for you, monster? Space hero nonsense must be getting to you. Getting old, Roger. On the other hand, enjoying the physical joys of youth.
You can't, don't. Don't. Well, that's just great. Now Vohal's on the loose again, disguised as your son.
Ah, shit.
You can't do. You can't.
I should probably put death there. Well.
Now, come on.
You were nearly thrown up.
Probably Captain Kirk fighting. I'm into it.
Is that the best effort you can muster?
You can't. Keep your hand. You can't. Don't.
Follow me. There are many things we need to talk about.
What a dweeb.
You must be very confused.
Were Vohal's words true? Are you really my son? You do look a little like me, though not as good looking.
What do you mean, not as good looking? I'm 10 times. Wait. What am I saying? This is no way to start. Yes, what Vohal said is true. I have many things to tell you, Dad. I should start at the beginning. I was born 19 years ago on Xenon. It's always been my home. The Xenon of today, at least up until recently, had made great strides in managing our planet's resources. That included water, minerals, even the talent of our population. We enjoyed peace for so many years, we took it for granted. The creation of the first super biomech computer was the biggest success story in our history. When the Vohal virus was introduced and began to control the computer, a state of total chaos was created. We were unprepared for what followed as Vohal turned our technology against us. The population was quickly decimated. Some of us stayed and tried to fight, some were captured, and some fled the planet. When it seemed there was no hope, we thought of one last long-shot effort. That was to find the only person in history ever to defeat Vohal. We had to go back in time to find that person. You. We got there just in time.
You had to go back in time to get me? Why wasn't I available in this time? What happened to me? I don't understand.
I'm sorry. There are some things I wish I could tell you, but can't. I know that's not what you want to hear. Believe me, I just can't.
Hey, if you're my son, who's your mother? My wife? Where is she? Who is she?
You sure ask a lot of questions for a janitor. This is my mother and your wife. Her name was Beatrice Wankmeister. She was quite beautiful, wasn't she?
What do you mean, was quite beautiful? What are you saying?
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Please, I can't tell you anymore.
Jesus Christ.
I don't believe all this. I'm so confused.
It doesn't matter now. I have to send you back where I found you so that history will properly reflect the events which brought us to this place in time. You won't remember much. This will seem like it was a weird, fuzzy dream. I must get back to the task of contacting all the surviving citizens of our planet. We have a huge task ahead of us. Rebuilding our city and our lives will not be easy, but we will do it. Once more, I have to ask you to enter the time rift. It will return you to Magmetheus in the Space Quest 4 era. Please, go now. It's time. Dad, I'm glad I got to see you, even if only for a few minutes. Xenon owes you a lot. Goodbye, Dad.
So many unanswered questions. The future should prove most interesting for Roger, if he can stay out of trouble long enough to reach it. We're glad you could help Roger get through it all. Thank you for playing Space Quest 4.
there we go. That was Space Quest 4. Next week I'll be doing the 5th one, which I think should be another single session. I'm not sure about Space Quest 5, Space Quest 6 rather. That might be a little bit longer because I haven't actually finished that before. This was very fun. Tomorrow I believe should be Dishonored, and Fridays is Fear Friday, and we're deciding what to do for that. It should be fun. And until next time, thank you for watching, and